So, there's a couple of things. One is, what are the misconceptions and preconceptions that people have about
Hypnotherapy. Yeah, so the misconceptions are things like you can make someone do something against their will, and you can like dance like a chicken, eat a onion. Um, you can facilitate that if they want to do that, but you
that
can't make
person? That person wanted to eat that onion.
that person wanted to eat an onion. They wanted to be they wanted to be in the limelight on stage and show off, and they were also highly suggestible as well. So it's a combination of those two things. You absolutely um, can't make anyone do anything against their will. In fact, I've got an example just sprung to mind. Um, you might you might choose to edit this out, but I'll say it anyway. You can have the choice because it mentions the name of someone. So the guy who created NLP, it's a true story, so it's not Richard Bandler. I trained with him for a week, and he has a bit of a checkered past. Yeah. So yeah, Google it. Anyone
Okay,
who's
it's
listening to
out there. It's
this,
in the public domain.
yeah, it's in the public domain. And there were people that were really gunning for him on that course. And there was this suggestion box, people were putting suggestions in, handwritten anonymously. And he was getting a bit put out because they were putting in some comments against him. And he was using trance on us. So we were doing these relaxation sessions. And during the session, he was said something along the lines of, and you will all have amazing, incredibly successful lives, except for one person. And you know exactly who you are. And you'll have the and I woke up and my heart was pumping like that in my chest. And I went, oh, took a breath, and I woke up and came straight out of it, out of trance. And I just saw something was afoot with that. And that was it. That was me done with it. And that would happen. And so he knew that would happen. He's a very intelligent guy. In fact, he's said to be a genius, but he still did it anyway. And yeah, just an example that, if someone says something that doesn't resonate with our values or, we don't agree with, we come straight out of trance.
But would that have had an impact on
On
people?
that person, no, it can't have had an impact unless they would have come out of trance. It, it could have had a placebo effect on that person for a short period of time. If they'd have believed that because he had such status. Um, but yeah, their conscious mind would override that definitely in time. Yeah,
Unless there's some programming in there already that's undermining their success.
yeah,
That's fascinating.
it is. Yeah. So that's a misconception. Misconceptions. That direct suggestion is like a permanent thing. Um, as I say, I use indirect suggestion. I've used direct suggestion. There's one exception when I do use direct suggestion. That's when I do smoking sessions with clients, and I use that I don't do them so often actually. Um, and there's another misconception there. So you can't stop anyone from smoking. Um, I treat smoking as a habit. I'm trained to treat it as a habit, not an addiction. And I give them a bit of space. I think it's like 30 or 60 days space by using direct suggestion to disengage from that habit. And it's up to them whether they continue after them. And then there's a talking therapy piece as well, which it like builds a business case for why they should quit therapy, pros, cons, and there's a positive part. I start talking to them about how their body rejuvenates and how long it'll take. So after an hour of not smoking, I can't remember what it is, but certain things, the oxygen levels in your blood will then start increasing and then I think it's after about 10 years or something like that, your lungs are completely regenerated, the same as a non. So to start talking about that. But direct suggestion can't lead to permanent change. It can lead to short to medium term change in a person. What other misconceptions? I don't use a swinging pendulum.
You are feeling very sleepy.
No, I don't wear a waistcoat. Um, what else? I think yeah, they're all to do with stage
Yeah.
hypnosis. I do. It does frustrate me a little bit when some people miss out on um on using hypnotherapy because they have those misconceptions.
And
Uh,
that's the thing that we can miss out if we're misinformed or too cynical to just
yeah.
give things a go.
I mean, hypnosis is just a tool. It's not a there's not one hypnotherapist and they do the same thing as everyone else. It's just a tool. It's like a plumber having a spanner and saying that anyone can fix a boiler because they've got a spanner. The spanner is the tool that they use to fix the boiler, but there's so much more involved in that. It's how you use that spanner, and it's the same with hypnosis. There'll be people who do use different types of hypnosis to me, and they're absolutely amazing and brilliant at it. They just have a different way of doing it to me. And there'll be people who can hypnotize, in inverted commas, people, just make them relax ultimately, um, who who haven't had the in-depth training that others might have had, so possibly might not be able to affect as much change in the client. One of the misconceptions is that it's something that's done to you. It's something that you actually do to yourself. You're just guided here.
Yes, I've heard this idea that there's no such thing as hypnosis, it's all self-hypnosis.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah.